أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Dear friends, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's treasures are infinite, and He provides various means of reaping from His treasures. This discourse is about multiplying your deeds and gaining vast rewards in the hereafter and wealth in this world by being charitable. Specifically, I want to talk about the concept of effective altruism from an Islamic perspective. You see, people hesitate to give for fear of becoming destitute. But in reality, this is one of the lies of Ash-Shaytan. The truth is, your wealth multiplies the more you give. This is a universal law. Those who know this law practice it despite not even being believers. You see, there is a secret held amongst the billionaires of the world who practice philanthropy even when the intention is not for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But you see, a universal law is a universal law. It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has set out these laws, and they will work regardless of whether you are a believer or not. However, in the case of the non-believer, the reward will be confined only to this world. Whereas a true believer, as long as the intention is clear, they have cleansed the intention and have ensured the charity they give is only for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then by doing so, their reward transcends both worlds, this world and more importantly, the Akhirah, and such is the true success. O you who believe, listen to this ayah in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 261, and this ayah puts it all in perspective.
مثل الذين ينفقون أموالهم في سبيل الله كمثل حبة أنبتت 7 سنابل في كل سنبلة 100 حبة والله يضاعف لمن يشاء والله واسع عليم.
Subhanallah, what a beautiful verse. So fear not, your wealth will not decrease, but rather it will multiply. For it has been decreed by the real King, Allah, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. He is the Khaliq, He is the Malik, He is the Al-Wahhab, the Giver. He is the giver and gives to whomsoever He wills. So what comes first? Wealth or giving? Obviously it's wealth, but not in abundance. Wealth in abundance is not the condition. Rather, it is whatever you can afford, for such is sufficient to start the process and attract the multiplier effect. The multiplier effect is a promise, and it will happen. It will happen because it has been promised by the Al-Haq, the truth. Allah, all truth originates from Him. People often move heaven and earth to invest in something with the hope of their wealth multiplying, and they do so on the promise or advice of people. But time and time again, it often leads to a loss and not fruition. But how about investing in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? The true one has promised. It is guaranteed to yield massive returns, both in this world and the hereafter. You see, to practice effective altruism, one needs to think like a businessman
Let's take an example. A man wants to serve humanity and embarks on a journey to becoming a doctor. This is a long and toiling endeavor. You will have to go through a prolonged study program, training, and practice before becoming a qualified doctor. This is no doubt a highly commendable endeavor, but one doctor can only reach out to a relatively small number of people, and not all of us can become a doctor. But what if you donate to sponsor kids to become doctors in poor places? This way the outreach will be much more and a far greater number of people will be served. Is the return not much greater in this scenario? It is. Likewise, you can apply the same principle to sponsoring a hafiz. Being a hafiz is unimaginably rewarding, but not all of us can become a hafiz. But in most cases, we can surely contribute towards a hafiz program. This is what effective altruism from an Islamic perspective is all about. It is sadaqah jariyah. You earn while sleeping, and you continue earning after death. This is true success. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us all tawfiq. Thank you for watching. If you found this video beneficial, please remember me in your du'as. May Allah bless you all.